It's showtime.
Hey, welcome to Did You Watch Survivor Last Night? This is the only podcast for compassionate haters. My name is Jake Shadow. Each week I ask my best friend Thomas Powell if he did indeed watch a certain reality show. Hey Thomas, how you doing today?
Fucking dark out all the time. I hate it.
And you love when it gets dark this early because you love you're a fall motherfucker.
It's nice. This is the thing I always forget about is that as soon as fall's great, and then as soon as and it's amazing when you get that hour back, but as soon as you get over how cool it is to get a free hour, it's just fucking dark all the time and it sucks.
Yeah, it sucks a lot. This is why I love summer, because summer it's sunny all day and it quite sad.
That's great. Do you have to take like vitamin D? What?
Yeah. The sun helps me a lot.
Oh, this is the medical professional didn't tell you to do this. You were just like, I need it.
Well, yeah.
It's like sun in a pill.
Yes, exactly. That's why they put sunbeams on the label. Sun is the vitamin D, and don't make any sex jokes. I know you love to make sex jokes on this podcast, but please don't make any sex jokes about
you're
vitamin
looking for
D.
That injection. That's not here.
Vitamin D injection. I need the vitamin D in the pill. You get it. I think it's very funny that seasonal affective disorder is literally just called SAD, because it's like literally that's what it is. You know, sun goes down, and I get the SAD, the seasonal affective disorder, right? Yeah.
Whoever made that acronym really cooked.
They really did, because it really tells you what it is.
When they called seasonal affective disorder SAD, I felt that.
Literally every year, at least, for 6 months of the year, just because the sun's not out. How stupid is that?
Why isn't there a vitamin happy? How about that? Huh?
Mm-hmm.
Why isn't there a happy disorder?
Hey, scientists, how come there's no happy disorder? What? How come you can never be too happy? Huh? Answer me that. The thing that makes me very happy is the show Survivor. Thomas, did you watch Survivor 47 last night?
Every day trying to get through this seasonal affective disorder. Yes, I did watch it.
Pretty good stuff. This week's episode was called something. This week's episode was called Nightmare Fuel.
Yeah, what do we talk about that? We talk about when Jared Goff threw 5 interceptions, but the Lions still won because they're so good. Talk about that?
Yeah.
Jared Goff.
Do you feel like the Lions could go all the way?
I mean, I hope to, and because that would mean that they would win the Super Bowl. So I'm not going to say that I do until they win the Super Bowl.
Back in 2016, there was Chris Hayes. Remember Chris Hayes from MSNBC? Yes, that was him. He was on TBTL
All
as
In, I believe, is the name of the show.
In 2016, and they asked him if he would be willing to give up a Trump presidency if it meant the Cubs won the series, and he definitely considered it. So now the Lions are potentially going to the Super Bowl, and Mr. Trump has won another presidency. So, just saying, what do you think about that? Do you think maybe the presidency, do you think maybe the Super Bowl would be won by the Lions?
So you're saying I'm being confronted with a similar thing here?
Yeah, exactly. Is there anything?
I was never offered that deal, so I don't think you can blame me, is what I'm saying.
I'm not trying to blame him. I'm just asking.
That's what I'm saying. Is like you can't blame me.
I'm not blaming you. I'm just asking if there's.
It sounds like you're trying to blame me.
No, I'm not trying to blame you. I'm just saying it would be cool.
Yeah, and then you're like that. It's your fault.
Lions are winning. Trump's president again. It's kind of like we're living in the upside down.
Yeah. Oh my God! It's just like Stranger Things. That show that's been on. Those kids are all 35 years old now.
Yeah, those kids are old enough to be high schoolers in Twin Peaks TV show. Speaking of TV, Sam is upset about the last tribal council and says, "Gotta, got." It's a pretty good line from Sam. I like Sam. I think he's growing on me
Yeah, I like
every time.
Sam. I like everybody that's left.
I don't care for Gabe.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Gabe serves an important function.
I don't care for Job.
Oh, sure. I love all my contestants equally.
Sam and Rachel agree to protect each other even if they can't play together. Sam in my notes, I think it's Sam Richardson.
Yes. If only there was a Tim
Yeah.
for him to hang out with.
Sam and Rachel agree to protect each other if they can't play together. Did we say that already? Rachel explains her shot in the dark play. It is exactly what we all thought it was.
Well, it's a good thing that she's got this rock solid alliance with Saul. You know, maybe with Sam and Saul, they can put something together.
Saul's secret alliance, whatever the fuck he called it. Andy's feeling pretty good about himself after that move.
Saul stands for Secret Alliance.
Yeah.
It's actually an acronym, just like seasonal affective disorder.
Andy's feeling pretty good about himself after that move. He should. He's all that. He is all that. He is all that. Remember the 90s show, All That? The 90s Nickelodeon sketch show with kids within it?
Yes, I do remember all that. I'm so sorry that you endorse everything that was happening at Nickelodeon.
Yeah, I loved Nickelodeon in the 1990s. Everything was good.
Yeah, you loved the executive producer of that show.
Oh yeah, definitely a cool guy. This is the second time Thomas has brought up pervert in this week's phone call.
You're trying to turn the tables on me.
First Andy and Rachel think about actually working together and we get a Family Guy level of flashbacks. This is a lot of flashbacks. I think too many.
It's like, this is too much.
Yeah. And then Teeny apologizes to Sam for voting out Sarah. Sam says he has no hard feelings toward Andy. And the vibe shifts to Gabe being the target. I felt pretty good about this because I think we both picked Gabe to be the person voted out. Is that right?
I think we did, yeah. And then it happened, so good job us.
Yep, we got it right. As always, we're very smart people. Then Treemill tells them to divide into 5 pairs. What did you think of this?
I don't know. I was like, let's see where they go with it.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat. Like, yeah, but like it could be worse. They get to the challenge and they have to divide into their pairs, and it's fine. It bothered me that they didn't walk up to the challenge already in position with their partners. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was fine. I kind of like the pairing aspect of it. Now, there was one aspect of this that I didn't like that we will get to.
Yes. They have to crawl under a sandy tunnel, dig up some stairs, build a puzzle staircase, cross a balance beam, do the narrow foot balance challenge. Final 4 get a picnic, BLT, tater chips, and soft drinks. And the final 4 will lose their vote.
I was so mad when Jeff said that. It's great. No one should be able to vote. I think that's. We've been doing enough. Jeff said we've been doing enough voting recently. No more votes.
Yep. And it's kind of, when you think about it, it's kind of a metaphor for America and our voting and democracy and everything. Teeny has trouble getting through the tunnel because their ass is too big. This was pretty funny.
Ass too big. This is an all-time moment in a challenge.
Yeah, this was good. Sam and Andy ripped the bag they were supposed to dig up. This was funny. I love a hubristic moment, I should say. Gabe wins and does the Ray Lewis celebration dance. Was this fun for you as a football fan?
No, it was a bit much. I thought it was a bit much when Ray Lewis was doing it, so it was a bit much here as well.
Of course. Thomas hates anything celebratory or fun. He and our friends once kidnapped me, well, blindfolded me on my birthday and drove me around town.
Yeah, we took you to Meyer, and then we're like, "Where do
Yeah.
you think you are?" And you thought you were in my basement, like an idiot.
Yeah, of course, because I didn't know
After
anything.
we kidnapped you.
Yeah, it was a great time. I didn't know where I was or
It
what
would
was
have been
happening.
so far for us to go. I mean, you thought we drove one block?
Well, I don't know. I was blindfolded. I don't know what was happening. I couldn't tell. I had like 8 people around
From
me.
being kidnapped?
Yeah, I don't
That'd be
know.
really funny if after somebody was rescued from being kidnapped, the police made fun of them for being
Oh my
kidnapped.
god. I was once pulled over. Well, I wasn't pulled over, but I was in a car that was pulled over, and we were, I guess, committing crimes. We were drinking in the back seat, and the cops pulled out. They found the bottle and pulled it out and poured it out outside the car, and said to us, "Who drinks Jim Beam?"
That's great.
No, we all said A cab, and then he punched me in the face.
That's such a funny thing. It's like that was the point where I became ACAB when they made fun of me for drinking Jim Beam. I was
Yeah,
radicalized.
that was when I was
moment.
radicalized. That was an awful experience, and I didn't care
Oh,
for it.
sorry, I'm not drinking Jack Daniels, you piece of shit.
Yeah. My favorite thing about Jim Beam is that it was available.
Sorry, I'm not drinking Johnny Walker Red. Is that which one is the expensive one? Johnny Walker
don't
Black
know.
might be the expensive one. Red might not be expensive.
I don't know.
I'm not a Scotch guy.
Yeah, I'm not really a Johnny Walker guy myself.
Well, we know that. We know that you're more of a Jim Beam guy. That's been established.
Yeah, well, my favorite thing about that Jim Beam was that it was available. I've
Yeah,
never
you're
had
like,
it
"Ooh."
since or before.
You know what? Jim Beam, best ability is availability, and he
That's
shows
right.
up.
Yep. Okay, so where were we? Oh, excuse me. Saul unapologetically burps, and Gabe can't keep up with him. Did we talk about this already?
Saul's great. The burping was fun for a minute, and then it was going on for too long. Um, did you talk about how Gabe was like, "Don't talk to me, Jeff"?
Oh, yeah, he did say that. Jeff really appreciated that.
I did like that actually. More people should do that.
Yeah, Jeff said on the On Fire podcast, the worst name podcast of all time, that he really appreciated that.
He did say, what did he say? Like politely, Jeff, do not talk to me.
Yeah, and I think Jeff liked that.
Jeff was like, you know what? Fair enough.
Yeah, he had said on that podcast like he wants to engage with the players as much as he can or whatever. But if it bothers them, and they let him know, he's more than happy to let it out. Sue wants to blindside Kyle. What do you think?
Bad, wrong, evil. Get her out.
Yeah, Sue's evil. We hate her now.
Save Kyle. Sue is trying to drag Kyle. Save Kyle.
Yeah. Then the winners return, and Saul blurts out that Sam is the target, but Genevieve is putting together a plan to blindside Saul. Somebody says it's very complicated to pitch a plan when you don't know what the ingredients are to your plan. Was that Genevieve who said that? I didn't write. I wrote the quote down, but I didn't attribute it to anyone. Was that Genevieve?
It might have been. That seems like something Genevieve would say.
It just feels like too many people are losing their votes, right? So I feel like somebody needs to say, hey, or like all of them need to say, hey, Jeff, we're not going to do this challenge. Like in football, if somebody has an issue, do they come to Roger Goodell and be like, hey, man, I have this issue? And does he bend to their will? Does he answer their...
I think usually that's an issue that, I don't know if you know this about professional football, but they collectively bargain and have a union, so they do not individually come to him to make demands. They have a union for that.
That's what I was saying in the group chat this week, was they should say...
No.
They should say if they...
It would be really funny to have a Survivor Players Union.
We should do that, though. If they threaten a loss of vote, they should say no. We're not playing this challenge then.
You can't. There's so many ways that you can't do that.
Why not? Like, what are they gonna do?
It's not a permanent position. You can't. They'll just get other contestants. You're not a full-time employee.
You can't get new contestants when it's day 13 of a 26-day game. Like,
it would be so. Yeah, this is such a dumb
no,
idea.
it's not. This is a good. Like, Richard Hatch did it in season 1, and they listened to him.
Direct action.
Yes.
We must do direct action against
Jeff. Absolutely.
Is there a way we could put 3 Ks into Jeff Probst's name?
100% we can. We'll figure it out.
Jeff Pro.
Yeah, exactly. Perfect.
I'm sorry I said that.
No. Oh, and then when they go to this journey, they play reverse Jenga in a cave. Carolyn lost the game, so she loses her vote. Sure.
So at least there was a minute there where I really thought they were just gonna have 4 people not vote.
Mm-hmm.
It was like no one's voting,
mm-hmm.
No voting allowed, and so I was a little relieved it was only 1. But still, like, why does someone have to lose their vote every fucking second of every single part of this entire season?
It's you know, it's a metaphor for our democracy, and people are losing their votes all the time. So you think about that. Sam picks up on...
You should have unionized so that they couldn't remove you. That's the way they unionize, and they go, we all get $1 million. You can't, none of us get voted off.
Yeah, why didn't they do that? That's a really good idea, actually. So they play reverse Jenga in this cave, and Carolyn loses the game, and I guess her vote too. Wouldn't have remembered that if I hadn't written in my notes, but...
It did happen.
Yeah.
She lost the reverse Jenga.
I thought the reverse Jenga looked like a fun game, and the cave was a cool setting. I feel like bring back Exile Island, you know? Like, that was fun. Kind of did the same thing, you know?
Bring back Edge of Extinction. That's what Jake's saying.
Yeah, bring back Edge of Extinction also.
That's what Island of the Island should have been. It's just I'll bring all the islands.
Yeah.
And you can have the Sandra and Boston Rob one too.
Yeah, every island in Fiji can be a different island that they featured on Survivor. There could be a ghost island. There could be an island of the Boston Rob and Sandra, Exile. It would be good. Island of the Islands. Do it. Then, meanwhile, Sam picks up on Genevieve's plan while talking to Rachel and promises to not say anything, then immediately goes to Saul to tell him the plan. This seems to be happening a lot this season, of people like being like, oh, I won't say anything, and then immediately going to somebody and telling them exactly what's happening.
There's a lot of people spilling the beans when they shouldn't have this episode. Yeah, just in general, yeah.
Yeah, so Sam wants Sue out. Why does Sam want Sue out? Because she...
I think it was like she's...
wanted Kyle out?
It was like a good target for a blindside because she's super insulated and she won't expect it.
I guess that makes sense. You want to talk about these wildlife shots?
Yeah, what was going on this week?
So we had many Rollins the Bat. Any update on Rollins and the Bat?
A lot of them are dying, apparently. It's a lot of necklaces.
You think they have a new necklace every challenge?
Yes.
Okay. We also had various seabirds and, of course, another booby. Did you want to talk about boobies this week on Wildlife Shots, Thomas?
Yeah. Oh my god. It's just so funny. It's just really hard to talk about without laughing. we've talked about boobies enough, don't you think?
I mean, I guess. I mean, I don't think you could talk about boobs enough. I don't think it's possible, but I guess we can move on. Tribal Council Jeff talks about the group camaraderie, and Kyle answers this question. Great. Then a live Tribal Council happens, and Sue's name comes up a lot. Were you expecting to see Sue? Were you expecting to see Sue go tonight? I don't think I really was, to be honest.
No, I didn't either. I kind of, for me, it was just whether she was going to use her idol or not. But
Oh, that's right. She has a fucking idol. I keep forgetting.
even though they say on the screen that she has it, like
Well-
it says on her little nameplate sometimes.
Well, Thomas, you know I can't read, so
Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to rub that in.
thank you. So then Kyle says, the game is happening right now, or the game is happening right before your eyes and right before my ears. I'm pretty sure that was a Kyle line. Good episode for Kyle, as they
Yeah,
always
this is
are.
a good Kyle episode.
Kyle, just a solid dude. Yeah, they're all good Kyle episodes. And then Saul was voted out unanimously, so that sucks.
Well, I mean, he didn't vote for himself, but everybody else did.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
it wasn't unanimous.
yeah, I guess that's true. You know that people can lose their votes.
Because of woke.
Right, yeah, because of woke.
We're not doing that anymore, okay? Woke is over. We're not losing votes anymore.
So last week you had 30 points and I had 29. You worked very hard for that extra point. Who's really good in the NBA about drawing fouls?
James Harden.
Call you James Harden, the way you get extra points. Well, I guess extra points is a football thing, isn't it?
Yeah, call me Jake Bates.
Yeah.
I'm kicking extra points.
Sure. So you got 30 points last week. I got 29. You said Kyle would survive. He did. You said Teeny would get the reward. They did. I said Gabe would get the reward. He did. And that is all of the points that either of us won this week. So you now have 32 to my 30 points. So who do you think will win reward this week?
I'm going to say Genevieve is going to win reward.
I will say Sue. What will the reward be?
Boy, what do I think it's going to be? I guess I'll say like letters from home, maybe.
Okay. I will say chocolate. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. Whatever. Who's winning immunity?
I'm going to say Sue is going to win immunity.
Okay. I will say, you know what? I'm going to stick with Kyle, you know? My Michigan man. He's going to continue to win. Who's getting voted out? Do you want to bring up the Wikipedia?
No, I know who's there. I'm going to say Carolyn.
Oh, okay. Oh my God. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 men left, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 women left, and 1 non-binary person. It's Battle of Genders. Okay. I will say, is this the time to hedge my bets and say Kyle gets voted out? I'm kind of feeling like that's the best move right now.
I mean, yeah, it would be really funny if you were wrong about both of those.
Yeah, so funny. Ha ha ha. I'm still laughing about it. So, this week we saw Gabe do Ray Luce's celebration dance after after the challenge. So, Thomas, can you tell us the name of this week's Quotes quiz?
So nasty that it's probably somewhat of a travesty having me. Then he told the people, you can call me your majesty. Keep your battery.
Tell us how little you know about football, and we'll tell you what type of game day snacker you are. Big game isn't just for football fans anymore. Food fans have something to cheer for this year because Instacart is offering up to 95% off food favorites daily this week prior to the Super Bowl. This is yeah. Oh, I'm sorry that you put fucking branded content up here, you dumb fuck.
Okay, so to be fully transparent, I saw Gabe's dance and I thought it was the Too Cool dance from WWE. So I found a really great wrestling quiz.
He was pretending he was Scotty Too Hottie.
Yeah, so I found this great wrestler quiz that was really fun, and then I realized he was actually doing Ray Lewis's dance, so I had to quickly find a football quiz. I did not realize this was sponsored by Instacart, and I am sorry. I am sorry about that.
I would love an edit of him doing that dance with banging it, banging it, banging it, banging it over it. Turn it up.
Okay, so first, what does the running back do? Why did I miss something? I don't know, but I'm gonna run back to the kitchen. No idea, but I love that for them. Basically, he's the guy who runs with the ball.
It's someone from BuzzFeed making this, but the fact that it's some social media manager for fucking Instacart was like, I love that for them. They're serving football.
They are serving football.
He's the guy that runs the ball. I know a lot about football.
I'm going to say I don't know, but I'm going to run back to the kitchen. So true, bestie.
I hate you.
How many points is a touchdown? Whatever makes them happy, I guess they should get all the points, in my opinion. No points, they just get to kick the ball hard afterward.
This
6
is from
points
the
plus
Super Bowl from 2
chance.
years ago. Like,
6 points plus a chance for 1 or 2 extra.
It's 6 points plus a chance for 1 or 2.
I actually didn't know the answer. 6 points plus extra, 1 or 2. What is a first down? It's where I down my first hot dog. Who got a first down? I was grilling. The best down there is, number 1. Let's go. Whatever it is, I'm down 2.
I guess it's the best one there is.
I'm going to say it's where I down my first hot dog.
Of course.
And why do they call it halftime? And this one's in the brat color.
This is not even... Every week you do this, and it's less the brat color than before. This is like an emerald green. This is nowhere close to that.
It's brat green. It's halfway through the game. Halfway to the no longer being free food for me. Halfway to this pizza getting gold. I'm halving the time of my life.
It's halfway through the game. I was vaguely tempted to do, I'm halving the time of my life. But you know what? I'm not halving the time of my life right now.
I'm halving the time of my life because I don't want to be here anymore. You know what I mean? Okay, I'm going to say halfway to there no longer being free food for me. What's the best time to kick a field goal? Let me just grab more popcorn, then go ahead. Ideally, after I finish these brats, my only goal is to field this pizza into my mouth. That's a funny pun. Whether it's now or later, it's all good.
I mean, obviously my only goal is to field this pizza into my mouth.
I'm going to say ideally after I finish these brats.
like the color from the previous one.
Exactly. Who deserved to be MVP? Whoever...
I think we can all agree. All greens are... You should do that in public. You should just yell really loudly anytime anyone is wearing any kind of green or you see it. You should just go, brat!
Brat green.
As loud as you can.
We were out for drinks with a friend who you have met, and they had their zipper down. So
Were you like XYZ?
I very discreetly texted them XYZ. And they read the text and yelled, "Why did you text me XYZ?" I was like, well, I was trying to be quiet about it.
Well, you were trying to be discreet.
Yeah.
That really backfired.
Yeah.
You should have told them Meyer was open. They would know what that meant.
They're from Michigan. They would have understood that. Okay. Who deserves to be MVP? Whoever seems the most chill, the one who brought the most valuable pizza, the most valuable player, the one behind the grill.
I already did a pizza one, so I'm gonna say the most valuable player.
I will say, obviously, whoever seems the most chill. I got the hoverer for you. The goal of every watch party is to obtain as much food as possible. Every commercial break is a chance to blitz to the kitchen and grab some pop corners. What is that?
They're like a chip that's like a pot. It's like a has the consistency of a popcorn.
Mm-hmm. I'm seeing a picture of it now. I've had them. They're not very good. What'd you get?
The solo sipper. You're the most knowledgeable about the game and are happy to share that knowledge, but you absolutely will not share either of the Pepsi 2 liters you brought to the watch party. I'm drinking all of them.
Do you feel like it's accurate?
No, not really. I do like to talk about the game while I'm watching it.
I like to talk about the commercials. Thomas, what is your social media for people to follow?
Yeah, that's I can't believe they didn't say anything about the commercials for that. My social media, you can follow me at tom.tom.psky.social, or you can follow me at tom.tom on X, the everything app. I'm closing the gap. I'm closing the
Hmm,
gap. I'm over 1,000 followers on the old B Sky. So
nice.
come on in. Water's fine.
Wonderful. I feel like there's more people
It
than
doesn't see. It seems like there's more people than engagement there at this point,
yeah.
which I don't know how to feel about that, but we'll
I
see.
feel like it's good, getting a lot of people on the app. Whatever. Go to Blue Sky. It's the new Twitter, and everybody cool is there. The show is on YouTube at the Compassionate Hater Survivor podcast. That's this. What can people comment on YouTube.com?
Ha ha ha! Very funny smiley face.
Beautiful. Our last poll asks, if you got a margarita with Jeff Probst, would you take a selfie? The choices were, of course, or no thank you. What do you think people said?
I'm gonna say, of course, probably.
100% of people said, no thank you.
Wow, people were they were not a fan of the selfie.
No. Um, we got this comment on YouTube. Ha ha ha, so funny. Smiley face from our good friend and listener, Jax Bran.
Oh, thank you, Jax Brand. Wonderful. I hugged him in an airport one time. It was great.
That's very nice. I have sent him numerous DMs over the years, and he seems like a really good
He's
dude.
a great guy.
Yeah. We also got a comment from the then in Jag, yeah, the Ninja Gamer 1.
Somebody wasn't on Xbox Live. That's
Yeah.
that's
The Ninja Gamer 1
you know
says
what? I'm
41
proud
was.
of you. You read, so
Thank you. Yes, I have learned to read in the last 5 minutes. They said 41 was 41 was complicated in a nutshell. Were we talking about season
we must have
41 at one
been.
point? Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so YouTube deleted a comment because they used some inappropriate language.
It was not. Was it not actually a bad word?
No. It was not. Let me pull it up. Okay. It's from the same person who said LOL at Avril last week. It's from the same video. Jeff is way up
Censorship.
his own. Jeff is way up his own rear. He's the main reason for all the bad additions to the game. Generally, I agree
Oh
with.
my god, they were like, no, you will not say that. You know what? Jeff personally came in and had that happen.
It feels like it, honestly. But it does kind of feel like that, right?
You know what? I agree. Jeff is way up in his own rear, and I think that people should be allowed to say it. I think people shouldn't be silenced for saying it.
Do you agree that YouTube is, in fact, the best website in the entire world?
I mean, maybe. I don't know.
What do you think is then?
Probably homestarrunner.com if that still exists.
Fair. I think it does. I think it does still exist. What can this week's poll be?
Strong bad, strong mad, strong sad. Who you picking?
I like that. I would like captain season with all three of them.
Blood versus water.
Yes.
Blood versus water with the brothers Strong.
That would be good. And then they can each pick one person, and each person after has to pick one person from the same family, I guess. That would be good. If you want to be a big fan, big friend, big good friend, go to jeffprobst.com.
Go to jeffprobst.com. Check it out. This is like, do you remember? This was like a million years ago at this point, but do you remember in 2020 primary debate where Joe Biden was like, go to Joe Biden's gym, 3-1 Joe Biden to see my plans.
Remember when he said this year, would we defeat Medicare?
Listen, I beat Medicare.
Yeah, what a cool guy. What a great country. What a great system we live in. I love it. It's perfect.
And then he walked off into the Amazon this week, so it's all over now.
So happy for him. We have a few shows on Patreon, patreon.com/justpodcasts. Pope and Change is one of them.
Yeah, we will see Conclave if you with Barack Obama, if you shell out the money for Pope and Change.
That would be great, and we would really appreciate it. Do you want to thank the fans?
I would love to thank the listeners. Thank you so much for listening.
And if they wanted to leave a review on Apple Podcasts, what could they write?
This is my favorite podcast. I like it better than all the other podcasts. I give it a big thumbs up.
And if they wanted to review us on Spotify or any of the other apps, what would they?
You're welcome to write it on there as well.
And if they were listening to podcasts on Spotify, how many? Can you leave a review there?
They might have reviews now. I feel like I've heard other podcasts say you can leave reviews on Spotify.
I don't listen to podcasts on Spotify.
I don't either, so I wouldn't know from personal experience. I might be wrong, but this is just, I heard it through the grapevine.
Sure. But if they were to leave only a star rating, how many stars would they leave?
Probably 5.
Probably
and
5.
by probably, I mean definitely 5.
I feel like somebody left us a 1-star review and did not send us any money, so we should probably send them like an IOU.
Yeah, that's, you owe us money for that.
Yeah, send them an IOU. I don't know.
Ask grass or grass. Nobody 1 stars for free.
Yeah. Have a great summer.
smarten up, Probst.